This is why you should never email the Commandant of the Marine Corps. This is Corporal Humond. He is a Marine and he has a problem. You see, one day before chow, he's venting his problems with his chain of command to his fellow corporal, to which his fellow corporal says, no balls, you won't email the Commandant of the Marine Corps directly. And he says, no balls. Well, now I have to do it. So he writes up an email, and he knows all the command is very tech savvy with their Blackberries and everything, so he writes it up like a text. He says, hey, sir, I was wondering if I could talk to you. Presses send and goes to chow. Well, the Commandant gets it. And immediately, he's like, who is Corporal Humond? So he sends an email out to every 3- and 2-star general in the Marine Corps, asking, who is Corporal Humond? We need to find this man. They send it out to every Sergeant Major in the Marine Corps. So this massive manhunt is ensuing for this one corporal who got no balls into emailing the Commandant of the Marine Corps. And he is completely oblivious because he is in his buddy's room enjoying chow. His phone's off. You ever been in the military, you know, to make yourself scarce during chow and liberty, which is exactly what he did. So 1300 rolls around, and he just moses his way back into the shop, right? First sergeant sitting there waiting for him. Just starts immediately screaming at him, you know, get in the van, we're going to battalion, screaming at him the whole way there. They get to battalion, the sergeant major at battalion sitting there screaming at him, I wish you had more stripes so I could take more. You're not getting off my base, which kind of worked in his favor because he had to go to an NCO course. At the time he was in Lejeune, he had to go to Pendleton. He didn't want to go, so it kind of worked out, you know. But he keeps yelling at him, your grammar sucks, because remember, he wrote it like a text, which I think that's kind of funny. That's the main thing he's getting yelled at for is the grammar. Anyway, they get back in the van, they go over to the base building. He gets yelled at by the base sergeant major, the base general, which if you get yelled at by a general, you are in some deep water, right? But after all that, he goes back to his barracks room. After a day of getting yelled at, around 7 o'clock, or 1900 for you military folk, he gets a random call, and he picks it up. Hello? And immediately he recognizes the voice from the Marine Corps ball. It's the Sergeant Major of the Marine Corps. And he goes, Corporal? He goes, yes. He's like, I'd like to meet a corporal like you with balls that big to email the Commandant. And he's like, yeah, thanks, Sergeant Major. And then he just starts getting yelled at even more. So bottom line, don't email the Commandant directly, all right? There's a chain of command for a reason, and I've heard that there's an MCO pertaining to this particular event. And if you can find it, please let me know, because I couldn't find it, but don't do that.